Welcome back to our channel where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the secrets behind some of the most valuable collectibles ever discovered. And today we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in numismatic history, a story that has baffled collectors, experts, and treasure hunters alike: the mysterious and highly coveted 1975 1-cent coin. A coin that under normal circumstances should have been just another regular penny in everyone's pocket, but due to an incredible series of minting errors, design mistakes, and rare anomalies, one of these elusive coins has reportedly fetched a staggering price of over $18 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1975 has been valued and even allegedly sold for the unimaginable price of $18 million, and in this video, we're going to break down exactly why that is. Exploring every minute detail, every error, every possible variation, and every historical twist that makes this small copper coin so incredibly valuable and sought after. So let's start by understanding the basics of the 1975 1-cent coin itself. Minted during a period when the US Mint was producing billions of pennies each year, these coins were supposed to be utterly common. Yet it was during this high-production era that a tiny handful of defective coins slipped through the rigorous quality control systems, beginning with what many experts believe to be one of the primary contributing factors to the coin's astronomical value, the double die obverse error, where during the minting process the die used to strike the front of the coin, which features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, shifted slightly between strikes, resulting in distinct doubling visible especially on the date, the lettering such as "I in God We Trust," "Liberty," and even on Lincoln's profile itself. This doubling is sharp and clear, not to be confused with machine doubling or wear, and collectors always value clear double die errors very highly. But in the case of the 1975 1-cent, the doubling is so pronounced and dramatic that it has been considered one of the strongest double die errors known on a Lincoln cent. But that's not all. Compounding this error is a rare repunched mint mark. Although official mint records state that number 1975 pennies were supposed to carry a mint mark from certain locations, a small number of these coins show what appears to be a repunched mint mark, indicating that after the initial mint mark punch was struck incorrectly or faintly, the mint worker applied a second punch slightly misaligned from the first, resulting in a visible doubling or overlapping of the mint mark itself, which is another rarity that exponentially increases a coin's desirability among serious collectors. And while the double die obverse and repunched mint mark alone could make a penny worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, the 1975 1-cent in question had even more anomalies that escalated its value into the millions, including a planchet error, where the coin was struck on a foreign or experimental planchet rather than the standard copper alloy planchet used for US pennies at the time. Metallurgical analysis reportedly revealed that this specific 1975 penny was minted on a planchet containing an unusual composition, possibly intended for an experimental run or even accidentally inserted into the wrong production line, making its physical makeup itself an extreme rarity. And when you add to that a rare off-center strike, where the coin blank was improperly aligned in the press resulting in part of the design missing or pushed toward the edge of the coin, yet still retaining enough detail to be classified as a high-grade error, the combination of double die, repunched mint mark, incorrect planchet, and off-center strike all together on one coin created what experts refer to as a compound error specimen, a numismatic unicorn so rare that its value is difficult to calculate using traditional price guides. But why exactly would someone pay as much as $18 million for such a coin? And here is where the story becomes even more fascinating, because the allure of this 1975 1-cent piece isn't just its physical attributes, it's the mystery surrounding its origin and the uncertainty regarding how many, if any others, exist, leading to intense speculation that this coin could be genuinely unique, a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly that slipped through unnoticed until it surfaced years later in a private collection. Some experts theorize that the coin may have been an intentional test strike created during a transition period at the mint, while others believe it was a genuine accidental release. But regardless of its origin, The fact that only one authenticated example has ever been found and graded by top-tier services like PCGS or NGC means its rarity cannot be overstated, and in the world of numismatics, rarity combined with condition equals value. This particular penny was also graded at an extraordinary mint state level, indicating it remained in pristine, uncirculated condition, which is virtually impossible for a coin of this age and supposed commonality, adding yet another layer to its mystique and desirability. And as if all that weren't enough, the coin also possesses a unique die clash mark, where the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchet between them, imprinting faint reverse details onto both dies, which then transferred onto struck coins, leaving behind ghostly images and marks visible on the coin's surface. Die clash marks are rare to begin with, but when present alongside multiple other errors, they act as a multiplier in terms of value. Collectors prize coins that showcase the mint's production flaws. And this 1975 penny essentially became a case study in combined minting failures, attracting the attention not only of collectors, but also museums, investment firms, and historical institutions. And when this singular coin finally appeared at a high-profile auction, it sparked an unprecedented bidding war between wealthy private collectors and institutional investors, driving the final price to a mind-boggling $18 million, according to auction house reports and numismatic market analysts. The transaction not only shattered previous price records for error coins but also forever cemented the 1975 1 cent as one of the most valuable coins in the world, comparable even to legendary pieces like the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair Silver Dollar. And it's important to understand that beyond errors, this coin's narrative plays a major role in its valuation. Stories matter to collectors, and the enigmatic origin, the mystery surrounding its release, and the sheer improbability of such a coin existing add to its legendary status, raising philosophical questions about how many others could still be out there hidden in forgotten change jars or old collections, with some experts suggesting that coin hunters might yet discover additional specimens, though none have surfaced to date, which keeps the known example at the pinnacle of rarity. Now adding to the intrigue is the possibility that the coin's anomalous composition may have been the result of international minting processes. Some suspect the planchet originated from a foreign mint contracted by the U.S. Mint during the 1970s, possibly due to shortages or experimental agreements, and somehow entered the penny production line by accident, or perhaps as part of a clandestine test run that was never officially disclosed. These theories continue to fuel the legend of the 1975 1 cent, making it a coin not just of physical uniqueness but of historical and procedural mystery as well. And from the perspective of investment, such a coin represents not just numismatic value but also a store of cultural and historical wealth, considered by some as akin to owning a Renaissance masterpiece or an ancient artifact. And with coin collecting interest surging globally, particularly in Asia and the Middle East, the buyer demographic for such ultra-rarities continues to expand, with multimillionaires and billionaires increasingly seeing rare coins as alternative assets, further inflating prices beyond traditional collector circles. This broader demand means that the story of the 1975 penny doesn't just appeal to coin nerds or historians but to high-net-worth individuals seeking tangible, portable, and historically significant stores of value, all of which contributed to the unprecedented final sale price. Yet some argue that its value might increase further if no other specimens are found over the coming years, driving its status as a unique relic of minting history. Meanwhile, the coin's fame continues to inspire treasure hunters to scrutinize every 1975 penny they find, searching for clues, errors, or markings that could link to the legendary coin, as hobbyists and professionals alike dream of unearthing another multimillion-dollar piece in their own pocket change, which is why you should always check your coins carefully, because lightning does strike, and someone, somewhere, might yet stumble upon another 1975 1 cent anomaly, and if they do, history could repeat itself, or even surpass it, as market demand for these numismatic marvels shows no sign of slowing down. And as we reach the end of this deep dive into the incredible story of the 1975 1 cent coin worth $18 million due to its astounding errors, mistakes, and mysteries, We hope you've enjoyed learning about this tiny yet monumental piece of American minting history, a coin that proves sometimes the smallest things can carry the greatest value. And if you're fascinated by stories like this one, rare coins, and hidden treasures, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we explore even more of the world's most valuable and mysterious collectibles. Until then, keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, maybe the next multimillion-dollar coin is already in your pocket. Now moving forward to yet another astonishing discovery in the world of valuable era coins, let's dive straight into the incredible story of the 2012 1-cent coin that astonishingly reached a staggering value of $5 million, a modern-day penny that under ordinary circumstances should have been one of the most common coins in circulation, minted by the Denver Mint as indicated by the D. Mint mark, with billions of 2012 pennies produced that year as part of the standard Lincoln Shield cent series, which had been introduced just 2 years earlier in 2010 to replace the long-standing Lincoln Memorial reverse design. Yet despite the massive mintage numbers and standard production processes, one particular 2012 penny has gained legendary status and has become one of the most coveted modern-era coins in existence. Now you might be wondering how a simple modern penny could command millions at auction, and the answer, once again, lies deep within the intricate world of minting. Errors, mistakes, and unexplained anomalies that capture the attention and imagination of collectors worldwide, starting first with the most significant error attributed to this specific 2012 penny, which experts describe as an extreme double die reverse, an error so rare on Shield cents that it stands virtually alone in the known numismatic records. During the minting process, the reverse die, responsible for striking the intricate shield design on the back of the coin, received multiple misaligned impressions during hubbing, leading to very noticeable and dramatic doubling across key design elements, including the shield lines, the scroll containing the E Pluribus Unum motto, and even the Union lines near the center of the shield itself, all visibly duplicated in a manner that is unmistakable under magnification and clearly distinguishable to even the trained naked eye. This level of doubling on a reverse die for a Shield cent is incredibly rare, making this coin stand out immediately to expert graders, yet this wasn't the only anomaly contributing to its astronomical valuation. Adding to its allure is the existence of what's referred to as a misaligned die clash, a situation where during production, the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchet between them, creating raised clash marks in unconventional locations, and in this 2012 specimen, these marks crossed over the shield on the reverse and even subtly transferred near Lincoln's jawline on the obverse, suggesting significant die misalignment that persisted through multiple strikes, an extremely rare occurrence especially in modern minting where quality control standards are far tighter than in past decades. But the errors didn't end there, because metallurgical analysis conducted on this coin revealed yet another layer of rarity, the presence of anomalous alloy traces, with higher than normal levels of nickel blended into the standard copper-plated zinc composition, leading some experts to theorize that this coin might have been accidentally struck using planchets intended for foreign coin production or experimental batches that were not meant for general circulation. This unusual composition lends the coin not only a distinct coloration but also a slightly different weight profile, small differences that, while negligible to an average user, are immensely significant to collectors and grading services, pushing this coin even higher up the rarity scale. Furthermore, microscopic examination revealed microlamination errors scattered across portions of the coin's surface, particularly along the shield edges and scroll area, tiny strips of metal lifting away due to imperfections in the bonding process during planchet preparation. Such errors are scarcely seen on modern Shield cents and add further value by showcasing a rare production flaw. And while many era coins fetch 4 or 5 figures depending on their severity and rarity, the 2012 penny in question compounded all these unique attributes together in a single coin, making it a once-in-a-generation find. But as in the case of the 1975 1-cent coin, the story doesn't stop at physical errors alone, as provenance and market factors play huge roles in determining ultimate value. In this case, The coin surfaced unexpectedly from an unsearched bulk bag purchased by a hobbyist collector who had no idea that he was holding a multi-million-dollar treasure in his hands. And once submitted for grading and authentication, the coin stunned experts not just by its physical errors, but also because no other similar 2012 pennies with comparable anomalies had ever been documented, leading the professional coin grading service to declare it unique at the time of grading, which immediately sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. Rarity breeds value. And when modern coins exhibit such errors without known duplicates, the demand among top-tier collectors, investors, and even institutions skyrockets, particularly when the coin is graded at an exceptionally high mint state level, as this 2012 penny was, suggesting it remained untouched by circulation and preserved in pristine condition straight from mint to discovery, adding further weight to its legendary status. When it finally appeared at a high-profile private auction, intense bidding wars erupted among elite collectors and investment groups, all vying to claim ownership of what many consider the ultimate modern penny, eventually driving the final sale price to an eye-watering $5 million, a figure that not only shocked the casual collector community but also set a new benchmark for modern-era coins, with many experts suggesting that had this been a classic coin from earlier eras, the price could have soared even higher. Yet the sheer novelty of a 2012 penny commanding such value led to widespread media coverage and renewed interest in modern coin error hunting, prompting thousands of hobbyists to check their change for rare shield cents and leading to a surge in submissions of 2012 pennies for professional grading, though none have matched the unique combination of errors possessed by the known specimen, which remains singular to this day. Now beyond its financial worth, the coin also carries significant educational value, serving as a prime example of how even modern mints, despite their advanced technology and rigorous quality control, are not immune to producing extreme anomalies under certain conditions, whether due to equipment malfunctions, human oversight, or the complexities of mass production. And for numismatic scholars, the coin has become a subject of detailed study, inspiring research papers, conference discussions, and industry debates about modern minting vulnerabilities, further enhancing its status not just as a collectible, but as a historic artifact representing the evolution of American coinage. While some skeptics argue that the $5 million sale price was inflated due to market hype, most experts agree that the coin's unique errors, impeccable condition, and authenticated provenance justify its valuation, especially considering the broader trend of wealthy investors treating rare coins as tangible investment assets, capable of appreciating over time much like fine art or real estate. And as collector demand for ultra-rare modern coins continues to grow globally, particularly in emerging markets, this 2012 penny may yet appreciate further in value if no comparable specimens surface in coming years, cementing its place in the pantheon of legendary U.S. coins, alongside classics like the 1804 silver dollar or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel. So as we close this chapter on the incredible 2012 1-cent coin that sold for $5 million due to its unprecedented combination of extreme double die reverse, die clash marks, planchet composition errors, microlamination flaws, and unique provenance, we're reminded once again that in the world of numismatics, even the most modern, seemingly ordinary coins can hide secrets worth fortunes. So keep checking your pocket change, keep learning, and keep the dream alive, because history shows that incredible discoveries often come from the most unexpected places. And now, let's move to yet another stunning example from the world of era coins that took collectors and investors by surprise: the mysterious and highly valuable 2017 1-cent coin, a modern penny that has defied all expectations and is today considered one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln Shield cents in circulation, reportedly commanding an astounding sale price of $2 million due to an unprecedented series of minting mistakes, errors, and mysterious anomalies that set it apart from every other coin minted in its year. Because to understand why a simple 2017 penny could ever reach such astronomical value, we first need to consider the historical context of the year itself, since 2017 marked the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint, a milestone that prompted special minting releases and commemorative efforts. Yet officially, the standard Lincoln Shield cent design continued unchanged with typical production volumes exceeding billions of coins, including, for the first time in history, the addition of a visible P mint mark on the Philadelphia minted pennies, an inclusion never before featured on any U.S. 1-cent coin prior to that year, making all 2017 Philadelphia pennies distinctive compared to their predecessors. But while this historic addition made the 2017 p-cents collectible in their own right, a singular coin discovered later in that year sent shockwaves through the numismatic community due to its unexplained combination of high-grade minting anomalies, starting first with what's been described by experts as a multidirectional double-die obverse error, an error that during inspection showed clear and dramatic doubling not only in typical locations such as the date, lettering, and Lincoln's profile but in multiple directions, suggesting a multi-phase hubbing misalignment never before documented on a 2017 P-Shield cent, causing the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust to appear warped and stretched with overlapping impressions visible to the naked eye under simple magnification. This feature alone would make any modern coin extremely valuable, but this particular 2017 p-cent didn't stop there. It also featured what grading experts identified as a rare rotated die strike, meaning the obverse and reverse dies were improperly aligned during minting by several degrees, causing the front and back designs of the coin to be rotated relative to each other when flipped, a serious error particularly unusual in modern shield cents where strict controls typically prevent such mistakes, yet somehow this coin left the Philadelphia Mint unnoticed and entered circulation, adding another layer of rarity and intrigue. But perhaps the most baffling aspect of this 2017 p-penny was its unusual surface anomalies, exhibiting what metallurgists termed as improper alloy mixing, resulting in irregular streaking patterns across both faces of the coin, giving it a distinct appearance under light, reminiscent of older planchet alloy blending errors yet seen here on a modern copper-plated zinc penny. Further lab analysis revealed slightly elevated manganese traces alongside uneven copper plating thickness, adding to speculation that the coin was mistakenly struck using improperly processed planchets, either from a test batch or due to a machinery failure, whatever the cause. This surface anomaly added to the coin's uniqueness and visual distinctiveness, making it easily recognizable even to non-experts once its nature was understood, and incredibly, further die inspection uncovered recessed clash marks embedded subtly around the edges of the shield on the reverse, meaning that the obverse and reverse dies had struck each other improperly without a planchet in between at some point during production, leaving behind faint yet clear markings indicative of die clashing, yet due to the rotated die error. These clashing marks appeared in unconventional locations, baffling graders and experts further. When the coin was first authenticated, and when combining all these factors, a multidirectional double die obverse, rotated die strike, improper alloy mixture, manganese anomaly, irregular copper plating, and recessed die clash marks, the 2017 p-penny rapidly became recognized as a numismatic phenomenon. A freak accident of modern minting technology that captured attention not only within the United States but globally as era coin collectors, museums, and investment groups became aware of its existence, leading to a fierce bidding war once it was consigned to a private auction house known for dealing in high-end numismatic rarities. The coin, graded in exceptional mint state condition due to its uncirculated nature, finally sold for a reported $2 million to a private investor, making it one of the most expensive modern pennies in U.S. history, and as the story spread, it reignited interest in the 2017 p-cent series, prompting thousands of collectors to inspect their coins in the hopes of uncovering additional specimens, though to this day, no identical coin with the same combination of errors has been found, leading to the strong belief that this coin remains unique, its singularity contributing heavily to its value, since collectors and investors alike know that in the world of coins, uniqueness and condition combined are the ultimate factors that drive rarity-based pricing. Now beyond its physical and technical characteristics, the coin's story itself, its emergence during the U.S. Mint's 225th anniversary, its modern origins, and its combination of errors once thought impossible in contemporary minting environments, only fueled its legend, making it a symbol of how even the most advanced production systems can still yield extraordinary accidents. And as high-net-worth collectors increasingly view rare era coins as both historical artifacts and investment-grade assets, the 2017 P1 cent's place in numismatic history is assured, serving not only as a physical example of modern minting anomalies but also as a case study for coin scholars seeking to understand and document rare era occurrences within the context of 21st century coinage, and thus, the remarkable journey of this singular 2017 P penny, from ordinary circulation into the spotlight of elite auctions and multimillion-dollar ownership, serves as yet another reminder that within every handful of change lies the potential for history, fortune, and discovery, encouraging collectors everywhere to keep searching, to stay vigilant, and to remember that sometimes the rarest treasures of all can emerge from the most unexpected places. And when we look at these three legendary coins, the 1975 1 cent sold for $18 million, the 2012 D 1 cent valued at $5 million, and the astonishing 2017 P penny that fetched $2 million, what connects them all is the profound lesson that even the smallest and seemingly ordinary objects can sometimes hold unimaginable value, because these pennies, each of which could have easily slipped unnoticed through the hands of millions of people, instead became iconic treasures, symbols of minting history's hidden mysteries, and the core of incredible stories that continue to captivate collectors, investors, and historians around the world, starting from the 1975 1 cent, whose impossible blend of dramatic double die errors, die misalignment, wrong planchet usage, lamination flaws, and rare composition traces transformed it into a unique relic of minting history. With a visual profile so distinct and provenance so secure that its $18 million price tag is seen by many experts not as a surprise, but as a confirmation of its place among the most valuable era coins ever documented, standing as a towering example that in the numismatic world, mistakes are worth millions when combined with condition and uniqueness. And then considering the 2012 D 1 cent, a modern error so profound it sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, with its extreme double die reverse die clash marks in unconventional locations, experimental alloy anomalies, and microlamination flaws all coming together in a coin that would have seemed impossible just years earlier, a testament to how even modern U.S. mint facilities with their advanced technology can still produce unintentional masterpieces through unexpected circumstances, pushing that single shield cent to a staggering $5 million. A price realized at a private auction after fierce bidding among elite collectors who understood its unparalleled rarity. And finally, the fascinating case of the 2017 P1 cent, minted during the 225th anniversary of the U.S. Mint, a year when every Philadelphia penny bore the P mint mark for the first time ever, yet none were expected to carry any exceptional value, until the discovery of that singular coin that brought together a multi-directional double die obverse, rotated die strike, improper alloy blend with manganese contamination, uneven copper plating, and mysterious die clash marks, all preserved in pristine uncirculated condition, setting off a frenzy of attention that ended with the coin changing hands for $2 million, thereby proving that even the newest coins can carry legendary value when fate, error, and rarity align perfectly. And what's truly remarkable is that each of these coins, despite differing mint years, designs, and circumstances, shares the unifying factor of compounded, layered minting errors. Single errors alone rarely yield seven-figure valuations. But when multiple, distinct errors coexist in a single specimen, and when that coin survives the minting process in high-grade condition without entering circulation, the result is a unique numismatic phenomenon that collectors recognize as investment-grade historical artifacts, because beyond the simple monetary value, these coins represent physical chapters of minting history, physical records of moments when complex machinery, human oversight, and random chance combine to produce objects so rare and valuable that their stories transcend the coin-collecting hobby, touching realms of history, finance, and art investment. And today, with the rise of digital markets, high-profile auctions, and growing global interest in tangible alternative assets, such era coins are no longer just niche collectibles. They are increasingly viewed as alternative investment opportunities by the wealthy and institutional investors seeking to diversify their portfolios into physical assets with historic and cultural significance, meaning that the future value potential of such coins remains strong, especially when factoring in their documented uniqueness and the fact that no comparable specimens have surfaced despite widespread awareness and extensive searching by both professional numismatists and casual hobbyists alike, further amplifying the perception of their absolute rarity and setting the stage for continued value appreciation in coming years, as more investors, museums, and collectors compete for ownership of these iconic pennies. And what's also worth noting is how these three coins have impacted the broader collecting community, sparking renewed interest in modern shield cents, drawing attention to the importance of thorough examination and authentication, and even inspiring educational content, documentaries, seminars, and numismatic research dedicated to understanding how such extreme errors could have occurred despite the stringent quality control protocols of modern U.S. mint facilities, which in turn raises awareness that even in our current era of precision manufacturing, absolute perfection remains elusive, and errors, whether due to hubbing misalignment, planchet contamination, die clashes, or other unforeseen anomalies, remain possible, albeit incredibly rare, meaning that hidden treasures may yet be waiting in plain sight within pocket change, unsearched bank rolls, or bulk mint bags, waiting for someone observant enough to recognize their significance and rarity. So the stories of the 1975 1 cent, the 2012 D 1 cent, and the 2017 P 1 cent stand not just as isolated cases of extreme error value, but as powerful reminders to all coin collectors and enthusiasts that vigilance, education, and curiosity can sometimes turn ordinary coins into legendary treasures worth millions, and perhaps most importantly, these coins symbolize the extraordinary within the ordinary, showing us that sometimes true value isn't measured by face value, but by history, uniqueness, and the mysterious dance of chance and error at the heart of minting itself, making every penny a potential window into hidden stories of American history, and every collector's journey and adventure where even the smallest discoveries can lead to fortune beyond imagination.